What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. And yeah, bruh, this episode is absolute insanity, man. Absolute insanity. I was watching the episode, and I was just like, whoa. Like, there was so much crazy shit going on with the ending, you know, we learned a lot more about Emperor Crimson. It was insane, man. And I actually meant to do this review a lot sooner than I actually did, but because actually WWE, or I saw on Twitter that actually the Edge 24 documentary was up, I had to stop everything I was doing to watch that before I recorded the review, because, you know, I love Edge, I wanted to know what was up with his return and all that stuff, and the documentary itself was great. If you guys have not, go check it out, because the WWE Network right now is free. You can watch all the you can watch most of the WWE pay-per-views, the recent Raws, and some other stuff, as well as all the takeovers for free. And I don't mean like free trial free. I mean free. You don't need to put your credit card information or nothing. You can just sit in there, and boom, you're in. So definitely check that out, guys, if you want to. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's just jump right into this review. So we start this episode off. We actually started off where we left off, where we saw like the last few minutes of last week's episode, where Bucciarati Emperor Crimson put his fist through Bucciarati, but just from Giorno's perspective. So he started with Giorno. He's like on the laptop. He's like trying to follow along, which I don't know how he does it, because like literally on the screen it's just like a blueprint or whatever of the area, and there's nothing there. He's like, okay, he's now there. I'm like, where the fuck you seen this shit from? But then again, I'm not standing, so maybe it's because I'm just doing this stuff. Anyway, after that, you got Fugo, who asked Giorno, like, hey man, you might hand me a bottle of water on Thursday. He tells him, you know, be careful, we were told not to disembark, you know. So he grabs the bottle of water, and then we also see Mista and Larancha battling over like some chocolate or something. They're battling over like the last few pieces of it, and they're like, "Oh, give it back to me! No, give it to me. I did buy my own money. I keep them. They're just arguing." Then next thing we know, the chocolate is gone, and everything starts to go a little bit off. The chocolate's gone. Larancha's like, "Yo, man, you could just help yourself. Why'd you attack?" Then Misa's like, "Wait, just a damn minute. What's that gooey stuff in your mouth?" And it's the chocolate. At least I think it's chocolate. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's chocolate. He's like, why don't you have the time to stuff it down your face? And then we see Fugo. Fugo's like, oh, did I thank you for the water? It was refreshing. And Giorno starts to notice that something is off around here. But he doesn't know what. He even says that this is bizarre, which I thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, after that, Giorno, Giorno starts, okay, there's some weird shit going on, I gotta go and get the stuff. I gotta get going here, what the hell's going on. So he goes on top and disembark. Abakio's like, wait, didn't you hear us? He said not to disembark. Then next thing, while he was like kind of like reaching his arm out, next thing we know, he literally just teleported like broken Matt Hardy over here at AEW. He legit teleported over there with his hand on his shoulder. And at this point, they're like, okay, what is going on here? There is some weird shit going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, Giorno runs over, he calls up Bucciarati, and he tells him, hey man, I know he's right here, he's doing this, but don't attack him, something wrong's going on, and we all know what happened next. He goes over there, and we then head over back to Bucciarati, where he puts his fist through his stomach or whatever. To Bucciarati. He's like where he gets like his hand shoved through his chest, and he's like, you will now feel the wrath of Emperor Crimson. Which I gotta give props to Kellen Jeff's voice acting. Man was absolutely great here. Absolutely fantastic. He's amazing as Emperor Crimson. I gotta give him props. And next thing we see, Bucciarati actually like zipped up like where the wound is, and pretty much kept Emperor Crimson's hand stuck in him. And he's like, you clever bastard. And then next thing we see, he uses Zipperman, hits him in the stomach. And then next time we see him use his stand ability, where we see like an after image of where his fist is going to go in red, and it looks really cool. And we'll see his actual fist. Like I said before, it's essentially the Sharingan, because the Sharingan did something similar where you get to see the people's trajectory of their movements before it happens, like a few seconds in advance. So, like, legit, I don't know. I guess Araki was reading some Naruto while he was writing this. I don't know. I think this was no. No. I think part 4 was the next to last part where they were in Weekly Shonen Jump. I think after this, starting with part 5, he went to No. It was part 6 that ended after. That was the last part before he switched over to Young Jump. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me if I am. Correct me in the comics. So anyway, so yeah, he uses that and it looks really cool. He goes on some spiel about clouds get turned asunder. I wasn't honestly. I mean, I was paying attention, but I was like, what the hell are you talking about? So yeah, like I just explained there, it's essentially the Sharingan with a little bit of Zawarudo. You know, except this time he doesn't have to. Except he doesn't have like it's not broken English. Zawarudo. Oh man, I love that. I always call Zawarudo the world Zawarudo because you just kind of have to, man. So anyway, after that, they kind of we see Emperor Crimson get out of the way. And Butcher's like, wait, what the hell? Then Emperor Crimson legit slices through his arm like karate chop through wood, that motherfucker. Now he doesn't go clean, but now he doesn't go through all the way, but he goes down. He went down to like near his chest, I think. He got pretty deep in there. He got pretty deep. And of course blood is spewing everywhere. It's nasty. And you know, and then next thing we know, actually the Baroche or whatever, the ladybug from that Bucciarati slapped onto the boss's ass, and actually right after that, no, right before that, we hear actually the boss's voice, and this is when Kellen just sounds a lot more like himself, like a lot more like he did when he voiced Overhaul, which I guess it kind of reminds me of Venom, where you had Tom Hardy talk like so he's Eddie, but then, you know, he did the voice acting probably through like a voice modulator or whatever. When he actually voiced Venom, you know, the eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little. And, you know, you got that, so you got, are my daughter, and you will be turned asunder, you know, and all that shit. So I like the way he like deepens his voice when he plays Emperor Crimson, man. He's like, you will meet your maker, you know. It sounds great. So he looks at Trish and he says, after looking at you, I see that we are bounded by blood. You are my daughter. I feel my bones. You know. But he says, unfortunately, you have to die because of your blood ties and all that shit. So, I'll talk more about that later. So, afterwards, that's when the Baroche comes alive and he gets sucked into the turtle because he put some of the DNA from the turtle in there, which somehow also made sure they also got its dead. So he goes in there, and then he puts the turtle, he opens like a zipper underneath the floor to like a pipe. Sends the turtle on its merry way down the pipe with water going through it. So then, Bucciarati somehow, with an arm that's hanging on by a thread, is carrying Trish up these stairs. He's like not legit like carrying her. He's just kind of like, that he's like pulling her, I should say, up these damn stairs. And you know, he's like, I got it, come on. He's like, move, Bruno. Giorno gave you an opportunity. Don't waste it. And then next thing we see, motherfucker, Emperor Crimson's just chilling on the stairs, being like, you fool, you are pathetic. Did you really think that could end me? You know, and I'm like, bruh, this is getting ridiculous. He's like, what keeps you going? Is it inner strength? Well, now you will get a painless end, and Trish will meet her maker. No, hold still. He's like, you fool. But Bucciarati does the whole like, you fool. I knew this would happen. You know, he pulls that reversal card. So Bucciarati's like, Bucciarati tells him that I knew you that wouldn't take you down, and that I took the liberty of, you know, protecting your moves. And when you see it, you see his hand is missing, or at least has a zipper thing around it, and you see his other zipper where his hand is kind of like descending into whatever realm that is. It comes out and nails Emperor Crimson with a punch. And he says, Emperor Crimson! Like I said, Zawarudo mixed with the Sharingan now. So anyway, so he looks over and sees that where he was gonna go. He sees this pillar, and he's like, that was close. And so now he says, now And he says, "Now, perish!" And he like has his hand like ready to drive it right into him. But he's like, "You fool! I wasn't aiming for you. I was aiming for the pillar." And then we see him just kind of ascend up the pillar, and he says, "I know you cannot see the future. Not true." And then he dares Emperor Crimson to see what happens in the future. Absolutely, that's some alpha move. That's an alpha move right there, ladies and gentlemen. So then we see about Nabakyo. Bucciarati kind of like just go into like the pillar and just go inside, and then they're out. Next thing we see we see Giorno running with the laptop over to where Bucciarati is. He finds him. The dude's bleeding like a shit ton, and he instantly goes to heal him. Like I said, heal him in quotations, because he doesn't actually heal somebody. He's not shining. He's not Crazy Diamond or Shiny Diamond or whatever. So anyway, after that, he gets his move. He fixes him up. He goes over to like this little hole that's there, and he's like, "The boss gotta be around here somewhere." And then we see the boss later on is climbing up there to get to the top, and then he sees that Bucciarati is not breathing. You see like the spirit particles or whatever, those white particles when the character dies in JoJo show up. And he's like, "Oh, he doesn't have a pulse. Why doesn't he have a pulse?" This, that, and third. And we see Emperor Crimson climbing till he reaches the cliff, or where the opening is. He's like, "They're in range." And we also see Abakio tells him, or not Abakio, I don't know why I keep saying Abakio. Bucciarati's spirit comes from behind Giorno and tells him to call Abakio and the others. And he like turns around, then we see that Bucciarati is alive. Once again, he tells him, and Giorno's like, he's like, "Grazie," or whatever the hell he said. And he tells him, and Bucciarati's like, get Abakio and the others, get them now. And he tells him to go get them. And then he says and Giorno's like, "What's going on, man? What's going on here?" He says, "I'll explain later. Just get the other." So he turns the laptop with golden wind. He turns it into a flying fish or something. I don't know. I see it flapping its fins, so maybe it's a flying fish or some shit. I don't know. Either way, he throws it. It lands against that pillar and turns back into the laptop, and it shatters. And then Laurentian and Abakio and the others hear that, and they go right after him. And obviously, because there's about 6 stand users, the boss releases, or doesn't go any further because his identity will get revealed. Anyway, so he's like, "All right, fine, you win this time, Bucciarati." And he calls him I think he was an expert of judgment or some shit, and they're off. And so they're carrying Trish and the others all went back to the boat where Bucciarati's going to explain what their next move's going to be. And this shit was straight up crazy. And I also got to give huge shout out to Laurentia's dub voice. This man gave performance of the character. He gave probably the best performance he has for the entire series. This was good. So we get there, and Bucciarati, everyone's like, "What's going on, Bucciarati? Why you have Trish? Why does she look mad? What the hell's going on?" And he says that he found out what is going on with Trish. That he only brought us here to protect her just so he could kill her himself. And that he is going to betray the boss. Everyone's like, shocked by this news that Bucciarati would dare betray the boss. And from there, Bucciarati gives his whole spiel about that, this is my call, and that if anyone wants to join me, you two will become traitors. But this is not an order, this is an invitation. Obviously, we know Giorno's in on this, we know he wants that. And then Abakio's like, "Y'all are fucking insane." Fugo is like, "Y'all are batshit insane. Y'all have fucking lost it. Hell no." And then Abakio goes on about that he's not gonna that he has made a deal to the Mi Familia, and that that he made no oath to Bucciarati. But he has never felt at home or himself unless he's with Bucciarati. So Abakio's in. Misa's like, "Well, if Bucciarati becomes capo, I'm next in line to become the boss. I'm next in line to become capo." So Misa's in on this, so he's good. And then you have Laurentian and Fugo. Now Fugo wants no part of this. He's like, you pretty much put the gun in your mouth, you'll end up 6 feet under. He doesn't want this because, of course, of the power the boss holds. understandably so. So, I'm not sure this means that this is going to be the last time we ever see Fugo. Maybe it is. Maybe we see him help Bucciarati and the others at the end of the series. I'm not sure. I like Fugo. I would like to see more of his rants. I would like to see him rage out a little bit more. So we see more, we do. If we don't, we don't. I'm not going to lose sleep either way. And then you have Larancha. Oh boy, Larancha. This man be sweating. He is sweating profusely. He's shaking. The voice actor did an amazing. I would say the man deserves a fucking raise after this episode. And he's like, I don't know what to do, Bucciarati. What do I do? What do I do? He's looking at Bucciarati like, tell me, should I join you? I don't know. And he's like, and Bucciarati's like, are you scared? He's like, yeah, I'm scared shitless, man. And he tells him to give him an order. He pleads with Bucciarati, give me an order like you always do. Tell me to put my ass in gear like you always do. And my God, the man's voice is breaking. I'm not doing the scene justice. You guys, if for some reason you just go back and watch it, man. I am not doing the scene justice, man. Go back and watch it. Oh man, that Larancha's voice acting, man. There was wow. So then Bucciarati tells him, word of what, and then after he sees just how being, because remember, if I remember correctly, Larancha is the youngest out of this entire group. I think he's the youngest. I'm not sure. I'll have to pull up Mal real quick and see for myself, but I'm 90% certain he is like the youngest of the group. I think everyone here is like 15, 16-ish, although literally everyone looks like they're in their fucking 20s. Yeah, I'm like 90% certain that fucking Larancha is a young. Let's see how young he is. Let's see if it says so on his Mal profile. Let's see. Age 14, he was wandering enough picked up by Fugo. So, okay, I think he's like 15-ish, which I think is the same age as everyone else, or at the very least, Giorno. Everyone else looks like they're, even though like everyone looks like in their 20s. Remember, so Larancha is probably the youngest of the guys besides Giorno. He's one of the youngest guys, so he doesn't know what to do. He's scared, and Bucciarati realizes he's like, he just tells him, word of advice about Larancha, stay here. Tell him this is not your fight. Because he sees how much of a mess Larancha is. He knows that he ain't ready for this. This ain't his fight, and that he should stay. And so they both walk off, or they turn the boat on, and it tells like, now, we now begin our trail to betray the mafia. And also, one other thing I like that Fugo mentions, like, why are you doing this? We don't even know this girl. What makes this job different from any of the other jury jobs we took? He says, I can't answer that. He just doesn't want to leave her alive. Which I thought that was like a nice line there by Abacchio, or by Fugo, saying like, what's the difference with this compared to all the other shit? Because remember, these guys are the mafia. They might do things justly, but remember, they're still criminals at the end of the day. So I like that they threw that line in there about that. And as they're running, and as they're just driving off, the Fugo says the most Iraqi line in JoJo. He says, we don't know this girl. Why are you risking your life for her? We don't even know what kind of music she likes. I love these. I don't know if this was in the original Japanese, if this was in the manga, or this was all by Viz. Because we all know how Iraqi loves music. We know Iraqi loves music. We know that music plays a huge role in JoJo and just his overall life. He loves music. And as we know from Excellent Stanton kind of thing, he names all of them usually after music groups. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Six Pistols, King Crimson, Shining Diamond, I already mentioned Sex Pistols, what's another one? Steely Dan, Dio, that's actually a legit musician. Who's another one? Try to think of some other ones. King Crimson. Killer Queen. How can I forget about Killer Queen? Killer Queen. Bites the Dust. That's another Queen song. And let's see if I can do any other ones. Yeah, that's about all of them. That's about all the ones I could think of off the top of my head right now. And yeah, man. So yeah, I already mentioned Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that I might have missed. Yeah, that's about all of them I could think of off the top of my head. And so we know that Araki loves music now, so I just love that, like, it's like, we don't even know what kind of music she likes, but like, that's so Araki, man. That's legit so Araki. I just love that line. I was laughing about that line. Like, we don't know what kind of music she loves. It's such an Araki line, because we know how Araki is about music when it comes to JoJo. So anyway, after that, everyone's just kind of there, Laurent just sweating, and then he notices the cut, that her hands bleeding and stuck together with Superman. He realizes how different, how similar her and Trish is. They were both betrayed by the men they trusted most, by his father, and then, of course, that guy his brother, so Laurent, and, Trish's dad. So he decides, fuck it, I'm going with him. I have to. Her pain is my pain, as he's legit swimming over to the boat, and everyone else knows. They stop the boat, they grab him, and and now he's probably losing. He says that her pain is my pain. We're one and the same. Yada yada yada. We see one look at Fugo, and he's like, yo, we're lost. And we get and then we hear this audio before the episode ends that says that. We got two of them, that they're both that we have two traitors, Bucciarati and Giorno Giovanna, and that, dead or alive, get them. They're betrayers from both, which is the correct order from him. So yeah, this episode was absolutely insane. Laurent's voice actor for the dub, I would honestly argue, is probably the MVP of this series, or of the dub anyway, is the MVP. His voice acting has been absolutely fucking fantastic. And yeah, man, overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10. So, and also, what do we got now with Fugo on the way? I think you're all gonna like who replaces him. So to speak, it's a former character from JoJo. I won't say what party is. I won't say what party it's from or who it is, because I don't want to spoil you, but I don't know when it's gonna happen. I just see some screenshots of it. When he comes back, I think y'all are gonna like it. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be good. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you like, you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, links, description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. Excuse me, I'm gonna watch day 2 of WrestleMania. Yay! And the end.
敗者が悪。それじゃあやっぱり奥安、改めて考えてみりゃよ、奴のスタンド恐ろしいスタンドだな。今までバカに